In the last, oh, okay, still going. In the last episode, we ended up playing our first preseason game, doing the whole offseason shebang. We ended up losing 33-30. However, at one point we were trailing like 20-3, so we had a good second half, but was not quite enough. All right. What do you have him working on in training camp? If there is a penalty prevention, because all of this dude is hold. I swear, majority, if not all of the penalties come from him, holding wise. We're gonna quickly change around some numbers as well. Nick Chubb is the primary guy. We ain't having him wear 35. 24 obviously isn't available. That belongs to our guy Darius Williams. But we'll give him 4. You know, it's just missing the 2. Nazir Queen with 22 works. Basically, any new guy we need to check the numbers on. Like Baxter, 34. That's not terrible. We can live with that. Or I think that's really both of these guys. Josh Good, 33. We'll leave it for now. However, that is probably going to change. 31's fine. Did we really not draft that many people? Didn't we end up drafting 2 corners? I could have sworn we did. Is he not starting? Betting down here, yeah, I guess not. 45, that cannot stand. We'll give him 13. But we also need to change that. He is going to be maybe not a starter, but he will be a top 5 corner on this team. Sorry, Kobe Durant. You've had a good run with this team, but I just don't know how much longer it's going to last. Everything said and done, I think we're good to go. My cat's probably going to want to play. He's right next to me. All right. They're pinned all the way down at the 13. Is Mahomes still their quarterback? Oh, they're not pinned at the 13. They're at the 13. Mahomes is still the quarterback, so nothing is ever a guarantee with this boy. And that's just proof right there. Wow. Come on, Carl Crawfords. We need to see something out of you. We forced a 4th down. If that play would have gone on any longer, we would have gotten a DPI penalty. I ran right into their running back. This is not ideal. Our defense is getting destroyed. Our offense is lackluster. Oh my goodness. All right, time to see Carl Crawford's work. If you can't tell, it didn't happen. Are we still on shoe clock? Why? We're not. Okay. Mason Tipton. Good chance he's our wide receiver 4. There's a few guys who have the possibility. Aldridge went off last game getting 2 touchdowns. Danny Gray's been doing really well. There's a few guys who have a chance, and that's a really good situation for us to be in, having guys be able to compete. Oh my goodness, bro. Our offense is actually horrible. First and goal at the 4. Okay, here we go. That would have been a tough catch, but I respect, trying there. What a block by Kamara! What is the flag? Oh my goodness. Bo Limmer. Why would you hold? Just gotta take what they give us. Didn't really leave much room for imagination there. Are you serious? What happened there? Just a bad throw by Stafford. You have to lead that in front of your guy. We somehow scored. Holy shit! We're getting our asses worked. We're going to take a timeout now, and hopefully won't come back to regret it. Because we need a touchdown, so I'm really trying to have like as much time as possible. There's just no stopping anyone ever. Seriously, I don't know what's going on with this preseason. This Rams team just is not the same. Fuck that bullshit, bruh. The key thing is we're probably gonna lose because with the situation we're in, all they need to do is get a field goal. And speaking of, unless we block their kick. Enough with this bullshit game! How did they get the Biscuits fucking... It's bullshit! Every fucking time! Seriously! What do I have to do to fucking do well in preseason? Barely nothing! There's nothing I can do! I brought, what, 7 people there? And the hole opens wide the fuck up. I'm rushing the middle and everything. Do it again. Seriously, there's no fucking winning with your dumb fucking company. Drop back in coverage. Even if we lose, I at least want to have another drive. They got injured. Wow. Absolutely not. You're just going to sim the rest of the game. I'm trying to have a drive, like I said. Who is Dillard? He's new because he took Tyler Johnson's number. Shocker! Stafford has a wide open guy and he chokes the throw. What else is new with this fucker? No one was open. Shocker. I can beat teams 40-0 on All Pro normally, but when it comes to this fucking franchise, it's the hardest thing in the world. And we're stopped well short. Get me out of this game. Seriously, I can think of 100 better things I could be doing with my life right now. Because EA will still fucking rig the games. It's unbelievable. Why did I have to be a dumbass and return to this series? Why? I was having so much fun not having to worry about the fucking bullshit that this game displays time and time again. The fact that there's not a single number in the 20s available is insane. All right. Prove me wrong. Carl Crawford, you have 3 quarters. Because if you want me to be honest, I have seen jack shit out of you that makes me feel any confidence. Who is their starting quarterback? Probably some AI guy, some rookie, or not rookies. Man generated. Oben, yeah. Come on, Carl Crawford, do your thing. And that thing better not be sticking up the bed. Holy shit! We fucked up. This quarterback's ass. Alvin Kamara is just goated. There's no other way around it. Our running back room is also full of senior citizens. Touchdown! And we got it as we through, because why else? A completion. We'll take it. I seriously don't think we've seen one of those with him yet. With me playing. Sometimes you just have to take a bullet. There's no way we're getting out of that. I hate this game so damn much! When? When do I get to recover a fumble I forced? Never! Fuck, man, never! I literally did all the work. I forced the fumble. And of course, with the fucking luck of none, the fucking skill of EA rigging it for them, they get everything! I'm telling you, preseason is just rigged against me. Like, fuck, bro. Pick a fucking struggle, EA. You can't just dick ride me till I die. And of course, Carl Crawford sucks ass. Of course they get the football back at the 32. Why wouldn't they? Oh my goodness, if I watch my quarterback do one more shit thing, I'm going to force win every single game. We're going to be the first team ever to go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl. Say and. Neither of those have been done. Two interceptions, really? There we go. Thank goodness their quarterback sucks. We just left the dude wide open. Fourth and 23 somehow. You love to see it. It's almost like we'll never get anything good to come out of preseason. This game just loves to fucking rape me, even though it's a crime. They somehow manage to do it digitally, so they can't fucking face punishments. It's every single preseason, by the way. You see how well timed my rush was, and they still just blocked me immediately? Who's ready to go 0-3 in the preseason? Not because of nothing we could do about it. Every team turns into a super team when they play us in preseason. It's a known fact. Of course, another guy gets injured. Why wouldn't he? It's another hurdle I'm going to have to overcome because of preseason. Oh, and he's out for the game. Fantastic. All right, what are the odds? 4th and 12? All right. 3rd and 6. Shocker. My team couldn't score. They had the ball twice and they failed to score both times. Oh. And we're going to be a little bitch because this game wants to be one, an eye for an eye, as I like to call it. Since we can't do anything on offense, I might as well play it. Not a single one of the 4 guys in the 7 seconds I had there got open. What a surprise. I'm going against the computers that are made by EA. What do you expect? Oh, it's a bad throw by Stafford because of EA, and they're the one who coded it, and I'm the one playing, of course. I will just complain and complain about this company, by the way. I've done it every single year. Question is, how many times am I going to have to reset to get a first down, do you think? There we go. Something finally goes in our favor. Come on, 25-22 is a field goal game. Why do you do this, bro? Seriously. Do I need to fucking book, spend my own personal money to book every single person who works at EA at a fucking comedy club? Because they think they're the most funny people ever. Injury after injury. Oh my goodness, we're going against our former quarterback. This dude was a backup for us for like 2 years. Stay out of the game, it's preseason. Plus with how often Kobe Turner or Braden Fisk gets injured. I will take a tie, by the way. I don't know if, it's not a win, but it's the best I'll probably do. We're also just going to keep fucking laying their guys out. If it works, it works. I mean, why not? They're 19 yards away from taking the lead. They're probably going to get it with like 20 seconds left when it will be too late for me to do anything. Let's go. All right, minute 10, one timeout. All we need is a field goal. Come on, Stafford, do what you've done for so long. Play mediocre when it matters, but then somehow, someway have the clutchest drive ever. And I say that every time because it never fails to disappoint somehow. This man could play as mid as, like, it says Stafford on his jersey. It should actually say mid. And then he'll just have the final drive of the game. He'll just put up the greatest stat line ever. If Queen gets into the end zone here, fair enough. One and two, baby. Fuck you. Send that shit out of the end zone. Go on, go back and return it. Finally. What was this dude's stat line? 14 for 22. Oh my gosh, you need to be more accurate, bro. There's just no denying this. It's unbelievable. It's fine, it's preseason, but after that, two new injuries. How severe? Mike Lincourt, well, he's only out for a week. Keegan Broyles and Caleb Murdoch, they're both backups. Broyles is our return man, so that's going to suck, but hopefully it shouldn't matter too much. Nineteen players have to get cut. We're going to go by position. Quarterback, Aiden Cody. You are going to be practice squatted. Halfback, we have a lot. You three are guaranteed. I think we'll cut Schroeder. And Benson's a good return man. So we'll keep him. Although he's probably not going to be here much longer. There's 7 guys. John Rudd, unfortunately, you played by far the worst. So you are going to get the boot. Oh, you skipped tight end. You three are fine. Tackle is cool. Guard, we don't necessarily need three of you guys. Let's see how the rest is. Oh, yeah. Barnhart, you're gone. We're going to keep Warren McClendon for now. I think we practice squad Reedy. Y'all chilling. Sorry, Matthew Ali. Brennan Jackson is goated. We can't get rid of him even if we wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kobe Durant, we're going to try and keep for as long as possible. ETN will practice squad. You're gone. You're gone. We'll practice squad you. We'll cut you. You two are safe. Okay, but I don't think this game realizes why on earth would we get rid of Jimmy Baxter, who we just drafted, who is a better overall, way younger than Russ East, just to make sure. Okay, yeah. Recommended. Ultimately, I do think we have to say our goodbyes to Kobe Durant. I'm not getting rid of McClendon because of how young and like well known he is on the team. So I think Jack Conklin's just going to be a trade target. It really does not matter. I mean, all we did was sign him, so a 7th-round pick would be more than enough. Any team who specifically needs a tackle, though, Broncos will keep in mind. The Chiefs do, but they can't afford it. Gotta say, in my eyes, I'll take a 6th-round pick and I'll trade for Bayless, who we can just cut just for cap purposes for them. Yeah, we'll even practice squad you actually. I guess we'll put Benson on the practice squad and just hope our return game is not the worst thing out there. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to advance week. We're going to choose our draft class, keep
What's up, man?
auto-generated rookies.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you? I'm actually getting close to ending stream, unfortunately. All I have to do left is the scouts, and then that would do it for this stream. Scouts, what positions do we need? Cornerback, even though we legit just drafted 2 of them, I still think it is a top tier need of ours. Same with safety, even though we just drafted, I still think it's a top tier need. D tackle, same exact thing. Not necessarily because we need D tackle in terms of talent, but just for depth. We only have 3 of them. Defensive end will always be a need because of how often Kobe Turner and Braden Fisk get injured. No matter how good they are, we pretty much are forced to have good backups for them. I don't necessarily think we need to double down, however. So we're pretty good on scouts. All we have to do is hire one guy. I do think the logical move would to be go for tight end because our tight end room has kind of been they've been productive.
Dang it.
But they're
But I'm
getting up
doing
there in
great.
age.
It's 1850 here in Sweden, so just put my kid to bed.
Oh, damn, Sweden. Scouts. Oh, you're already national. That's nice. Seems like you got some free time now that your kid's out of the picture for hopefully the night. Safety. Next important one. Not really picky on which safety it is, as long as there's a good looking one, which. Alright, well, West is winning by default. Alright, Central is now winning. Ooh, that's pretty good. Northeast is definitely winning now. Ooh. Alright. It really just got better and better. I think we're going to go Southeast. Defensive tackle, we're not really looking for a top tier position. We're more just sort of looking for, how many people are going to be there come like around pretty much 3 through 4 protection or projection. None here. Okay, northeast. Oh, actually, we're in southeast. Doesn't matter anyway. We have 2 round 3 through 4s and a day 3 who's not that far along. This is only day 3. I'm going to go northeast for now, but I'm also going to keep an eye out for defensive end because if the northeast one, I'm fine with central uh, for it too. So, okay.
Yep, I really have. So glad I found you, Live Put. I will catch up on some of your videos on this franchise.
Oh,
I love this series.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the series I actually am just now getting back into. Ever since pretty much
And
this
Rams
season
are
ended.
my favorite team.
Oh, see, I'm a Packers fan. I just chose the Rams because of their quarterback situation going into the year. Stafford getting up there in age, you don't know how much longer he really has. And then with Madden regressing, he how many years did I get? 3 years of him? I mean, that's pretty good getting 3 years of him. And he's still on the team as a backup for year 4. I don't really. They both look interchangeable as well. I guess we'll judge by tight end. Okay, I'll go central for tight end, which means you get west, which isn't a bad thing. Ultimately, these 3 don't really matter that much. They all kind of seemed very well balanced in all positions, honestly. So, plus they're only 1 stars, and all three of them are going to be just for drafting backups. So even if I get like a mid 60s, they'll hopefully develop into like a low to mid 70s by the time their rookie contract's up anyway.
Hi, I know. Remember how mad you were of Stafford's fumbles in the beginning of the series?
Bro, I hate him. I don't know what happened. This dude just can't hold on to the football. Now I got this quarterback who, I don't know. Judging off of the preseason, this Carl Crawford dude does not look like he's going to be the future. Which I want to say I traded up for like the second overall pick to get him, so he better turn out good. Yeah, I traded up to second pick. He better end up being good. This roster has ultimately changed a lot. Blake Corum didn't quite cut it for me anymore, so he's gone. We're going with Nick Chubb for a year. And hopefully Nazir Queen is able to, after this year, take that step to be the running back one. Mason Tipton has turned into a beautiful wide receiver. But other than that, yeah, Evan Neal's gone, replaced with Adrian Irons. I think that's pretty much. Oh, Darius Williams got moved to safety because of how old he is. We're just trying to, get these young guys involved. Plus Dante Jackson, since he came like second and best DB. Yeah, this defense is looking better than ever. It is getting up there in age, but hopefully, Father Time will give us another few years before it really starts to hit. The offense, however, is looking good on paper, but I don't know. Two guys are going to be starting for the first time on this team, and I feel like it's all going to be dependent on how well they adjust. But I think that's
CB is
about
my favorite position. I
cornerback.
agree with you, the teams looks good.
I I really feel like cornerback is a really easy position to draft because I've had multiple franchises where I've just like put my national focus on cornerback, and it's all just like round one through two, round two through three, and it's like those guys who are projected to go day three. So by like the fourth round, they're still all there. So I really like how easy it is to kind of go after because with how this team is right now, it kind of with corner being that big need it was going into this offseason. I was able to get two hidden dev guys. This dude's already a 79. I traded up to pick 21. I was originally picked 29, so it wasn't really that much. It's only like a pick swap and then a second. Benton, I don't know, because the preseason thing was telling me to
Dream
cut him.
scenario of a trade you wanna do?
Third round pick. A dream trade? I haven't really thought about like if there was a trade, what would I do? I would probably say a young a young cornerback because Keely Ringo, even though his overall is not terrible, he has not played up to it. Two of these guys are rookies. Dante Jackson is 31 and in a contract year. And then same thing with this dude, Joshua Williams. I believe I only signed him to a 1 year deal in free agency. Yeah. So I would probably say like just a really good young cornerback
Do
unless
you have a player in mind you want to trade for?
both of these guys turn out well. Um, at this point in the series, no, because at this point we're kind of transitioning from, you know, it being real players to now the league is starting to fill up with, you know, Madden generated players. I mean, we're in what, year 4, so a lot of them are going, all the good ones are being going into like year 3. I mean, I'll quickly go through the trade center, see just like what teams have to offer. I would say pretty much a secondary position, corner, safety, right there. Don't even have to scroll that much farther. Nathan Goldson, 86 X Factor, only 23 years old. First team. I mean, I'll I won't be that easy though. I'll probably try and go for like let's just see for example. There's not even a trade offer. If this gets accepted, I will be amazed. We'll just offer a first round pick to just see where it's kind of yeah. Let me try and find a realistic dream trade. I mean, the Bengals are honestly a good shout. They just have like 3 guys all around. The oldest of these 3 is 27. Then you got 26, 26. Probably Dax Hill because he's the scheme fit out of the 3 of them. He also has the cheapest contract. Like for example, what would they want for him? James Daniels, that's not even terrible. A second, fourth, seventh. I don't think I would take that. I don't know. I'm very picky with who I trade for because I feel like it's so easy to replace a lot of these guys. I mean, same here. Martin Emerson, I assume they're going to want a decent amount. I'm not willing to offer my first because I honestly would not be surprised if this got accepted. It did. Well, now that changes the trajectory of this series. We now have Martin Emerson on the team. There's my dream trade.
I'm sorry, disappointed face.
No, you're fine. Ultimately, I didn't really have much. Like I said, I was going to take probably a corner or safety in the first round anyway. So honestly, getting an 85 X or not X Factor, unfortunately, superstar guy is pretty good. And I feel like now with that, it allows me to trade away Keely Ringo because I just don't see him being in the future plans.
Were team meant for you to trade your first pick?
The Ravens are showing a decent amount of interest. All right, Baltimore, do you need a corner that badly or something? You can't afford him. All right. Who is your cheapest guy, pretty much? Not enough. We'll take him, and we'll just probably cut him. Realistically, for Ringo, what's his player card? He's 25. He's going to be going into his 5th year. He had an up year compared to years prior. He is going into an expiring contract as well, though. Um, how did I get here? I thought I was in the trade center. Whoops, wrong way. I think realistically for Keely Ringo, I would expect probably a third round pick, especially with the Ravens.
What
With their
about the 31-year-old CB?
See, the issue with that is I don't really plan on re-signing Keely Ringo
What's the
anyway.
name?
Dante Jackson. Dante Jackson just came off of, I want to say he finished like second place in like the best NFC DB voting. So that's why I plan on keeping him for this year. Plus, both him and Keely Ringo are on expiring contracts, and I don't really plan on bringing Keely Ringo back. So if I was to trade one, it would probably be, the 78 star dev guy who's 25, just because he'll have significantly more trade value. So we'll do for Naquan Jones, who we'll just end up getting rid of in a third round pick. There we go. Cut one player. I think we already know who this is going to be. I'm sorry, Naquan Jones. Yeah, now we got a new face of the secondary. One thing I do need to check is his contract. This could, for all I know, be outrageous. 2 years, really cheap for 2 years. For an 85 overall, 26-year-old, so he'll be like 28. He'll still have like another good 2 years before regression really not hits, because it'll start hitting at 28, but before it really takes over. So even after this contract, we'll still be able to kind of get like another 2, probably 3 good years out of him if we choose to take that third year route. So yeah, Dante Jackson, unfortunately, you're going to be gone after this season, pretty much no matter what happens. You're 31. You're only a 70. You're a 75. You're only a 75. That morale's giving you an extra little boost there. Joshua Williams, I signed you during free agency just because I didn't know what the cornerback situation would look like going into it. Honestly, now I don't really need you, but I mean, you're here, so I might as well keep you around. And then hopefully these other two guys who I just drafted end up being studs. I'm expecting good to be, but betting if you don't turn out, that's not the end of the world. What were you, like a third, fourth round pick anyway? Oh, late third, yeah. So I'm not expecting you to, be Patrick Surtain or anything, but I'm expecting you to be kind of a solid cornerback free on this team. I guess we'll also take a look at the schedule, kind of see who we're going to be going up against. The Lions, that's a big first game. They were a playoff team. They did get round. They were the 2 seed, or no, they weren't. They were the 4 seed. They lost in round 1 though to the Cowboys, who we ended up beating in the division round. Vikings, I want to say they sucked last year. Ravens will be huge now that Keely Ringo's going to be on that team. Jaguars, they are the team who beat us in the Super Bowl the first year. So obviously, even though that was 3 years ago now, we're still going to look to beat them up. Plus, they beat us in the preseason. Bengals will be probably a good game. The Bengals, I want to say, also made the playoffs last year. 49ers, division games are always huge. Steelers. The Steelers are always either really good or really bad. It's honestly going to depend on which Steelers we get. Packers should be a good game. We played them in the playoffs the past 2 years in the wild card round, beat them both times, so I'm sure there's going to be bad blood between us. Week 9 bye week is beautiful. I appreciate that, Madden. Cardinals week 10, Seahawks week 11, Cardinals week 12. Those 3 division games will be huge, especially because the Seahawks made the playoffs. Eagles week 13, they're the team who beat us in the championship game this year, and they ultimately did lose the Super Bowl, but it was like the score was like 36-34, so they can score. Seahawks week 14, same thing. Division game. They were in the playoffs. Saints week 15, they were the 2 seed in the playoffs, so that should be huge. They get round 1
How
though.
many games do you predict to win and lose?
Let me finish this schedule first. Bears, I don't remember how good the Bears did. 49ers and Browns. Browns should be huge because of Martin Emerson, and then 49ers division game. Looking at this schedule, I'm going to go one by one. Week 1, we're probably going to lose. Even though I think we're the better team, I just feel like we're going to lose. I'm going to say then win, win, win. I'm going to say win. I think we'll be 4-1 after 5 weeks. I think we're going to lose to the 49ers in a just kind of a trap game situation. I think we'll then beat the Steelers to go to 5-2, lose to the Packers to drop to 5-3. I think we'll win against Cardinals, go to 6-3. I think we'll win against Seahawks, go to 7-3, 8-3. I think we'll lose 8-4. I think we'll lose 8-5. I think we'll win 9-5. 10-5, probably 11-5. I think we'll probably lose this Browns game 11-6. So probably like 11-6 around there. I mean, we ended up going 10-7 last year, but I also don't even know how to predict this season because the big thing's going to be Carl Crawford's new quarterback. It's all going to depend on how well he plays. If he plays like how Stafford is, where he doesn't even have to do the most outrageous stuff. He just has to be kind of like how Jimmy Garoppolo was with the 49ers when they were doing, their good stuff. Does not have to be the greatest quarterback ever. He just has to be average. I think if he's able to do that, because Stafford, he threw up yards, he threw up touchdowns, but he also threw up interceptions. I think if Carl Crawford can even just do very similar to Stafford, whether it be, just slightly worse or anything.
Crossed then for your QB.
Yeah, he better. I was say, second overall pick, the expectations are sky high for him. Pretty much, failure won't cut it here. He will be clowned on for history in this series. I don't even remember, this isn't a good example, but last year, or not last year, the year before that, with Bears franchise, we had some quarterback who sucked before we found our good one who we drafted very high. Obviously, he's down in history as probably the worst, valuable draft pick I've ever made. But I don't remember his name, unfortunately. So I think if my expectations serve me right, we'll probably get 11 wins. But I do think we are just like a bad quarterback away from going the opposite, 6-11. Okay, yeah, we're probably losing to the Lions. I did not realize they were an 89 offense. Oh boy. All right, Crawford. I mean, he went 3-3, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions in the preseason. So I don't have a whole lot of hope. It's okay if he sucks now. I just want him to pretty much just keep improving every single game. It's his first year starting. I'm not expecting, to see Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to expect to see, mistakes that a young guy will make. I'm just hoping that those mistakes, he learns from and not keeps repeating. Like Stafford with fumbling the football. It took 3 years, but I mean, I finally felt like he figured out how to hold on to the football. Which, I mean, he's what, 39 now? So it took him 39 years of his life to figure out how to hold on to pretty much a giant egg. Yeah, I think 11-6 is probably reasonable. I do think, you know, I'm also like 10-7, right around there, 12-5. Who got traded? I kept seeing on the side there was a few trades. We're gonna ignore these two because we were a part of it, and this one as well. Jack Conklin got traded. The Giants traded a fifth-round pick and cornerback Keenan Andrews to the Patriots in return for left end Christian Barmore.
Oh yep, you have great amount of patience with Stafford.
Stafford could. Hey, Stafford would have us in, shootouts. That's where I respected Stafford. He may have turned the ball over, but when he didn't, he was scoring touchdowns. There was rarely a drive where we didn't score. It was either touchdown or interception. Raiders trade a seventh and fifth round pick and halfback Josh Crocker to the Bengals in exchange for outside linebacker Logan Wilson. I don't know how old Logan Wilson is in this series. I feel like he was like 26 in real life, so he's probably like 29, 30 now. I feel like that's a pretty good trade, getting a veteran guy. Same with this, Christian Barmore. I do think Barmore is probably going to be a lot younger, though. I think he's only going to be like 26, not like 28, 29, 30. But at the same time, Keenan Andrews, I don't know anything about him. He could be a stud. Cowboys trade a seventh round pick and left end Cameron Thomas to the Dolphins for Jalen Wright. I don't know how good either of these guys are, so I'm not going to comment on that trade. However, I feel like for a running back as well, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. So I'll say even trade for now. Saints traded a fifth round pick and wide receiver Kevin Lamb to the Patriots in return for Jabril Peppers. That's a really good trade. I believe I saw Kevin Lamb in a trade offer. He was like a 71. But that fifth round pick also, Jabril Peppers is up there in age now as well. He's going to be probably above 30. The Vikings traded a seventh round pick and left guard Cameron Winslow for Sean Murphy Bunting, cornerback. I don't know how good Cameron Winslow is. I know same thing with Sean Murphy Bunting. He's up there in age now. He's probably either 30 or 31. So I don't really understand why the Vikings would do that though, unless they seriously think like they have the chance to win, which if they do, they better actually win. Raiders trade a fourth and seventh round pick as well as wide receiver Junior Hill to the Commanders for Mello Chapman. I'm not going to comment on this trade. It's two players who are Madden generated. I have no idea how good they are. Finally, just a straight up corner for corner, Max Melton for Marcus Jones. I feel like Marcus Jones is better. I've heard a lot more about Marcus Jones than I've had Max Melton. But I also feel like it's because Marcus Jones has been in the league longer than Max Melton. I believe Max Melton's like a second round pick, honestly. Marcus Jones like a third. So, I mean, if they both have lived up to kind of that career trajectory that their pick value has, plus Marcus Jones, like I said, I feel like he's done more. I honestly think Marcus Jones is probably a solid cornerback. Not, hopefully the same way, the cornerback I was talking about will turn into. Like, he is a good cornerback for you. Like a guy you would not complain having on your team. Not someone you'd necessarily feel like comfortable sending out there as a starter. Like I think he has a potential to be a cornerback too as well, but I just don't think he'll be considered a good cornerback too. He'll probably be below average. I think that was probably a good trade. Um, I think that's pretty much everything. Um, I guess we can go ahead and check to see, what free agents are still remaining before we call it a day. Ignore the kickers. Chidobe Awuzie, pretty much the most valuable guy, which 78 overall at 32. Not terrible. I do think there is a good chance he ends up getting signed. Khalil Mack, I think he will get signed after this week, honestly. I'm surprised he isn't. Joe Mixon, I don't know. He's a running back. People don't really value running backs. Same with Chuba Hubbard. With Caleb Evans only at a 7 or a 28, I do think there's a lot of value for him. Same with down here. Cordell Flott, he's only 26. I think teams will definitely swoop in on that. Kind of these other guys, I don't know. Benjamin St. Just. Calvin Austin, I do think will get signed as well to a 1-year deal, probably. Uh, in my opinion, I think Calvin Austin is the definition of wide receiver 4. He is one of those guys who will just occasionally, and I think he's a good wide receiver 4. He'll just occasionally make that big play when he goes into the game. But outside that, you never really consider him like a top tier guy. He's a good rotational player, is I think the perfect way to describe him. He's good for, a few plays a game, but he's not really consistent enough to be considered one of the greater wide receivers. Darius Slayton, I think if this was real life, he would get a contract offer. He's been consistently he's pretty much been consistently the best wide receiver in New York, which doesn't really say a whole lot, but I mean, you are, like I said, that means you are the best wide receiver on one of the NFL teams. Only 32 people get to say that, and he's one of them. Even if he's not a top 32 receiver. But I think if this was real life, he'd get a contract offer. I honestly don't think he will get an offer in this game, unfortunately. Drew Tranquil, I think, will be gone by, next week. Um, Jalen Tolbert, I think, will get a contract offer. KJ Hamler, if this was real life, I genuinely don't think he will. Unless it's like later on in the season. Tyler Boyd, if we're going off of real life, same kind of thing. I think there is a chance he gets a contract. It would just be later on for like a vet minimum. Pretty much all these RSI linebackers I think are gonna go. Andrew Van Ginkel, I think he'll be gone. Dorrance Armstrong, I think he'll be gone. Deshaun Elliott, I think will get a contract. Jalen Hyatt, I do think will get a contract. Jonathan Mingo, I think will get a contract. Matthew Judon, I don't know if he will. He's a bit older. He's also been really productive though. So Malcolm Kuntz, I think will. Pretty much, if you're not a running back, kicker, punter, or a corner, I think you'll get a contract because those are the kind of the main 4 positions. Brady Christensen, I would be surprised if he was here next week. I think he is going to get signed as soon as next week starts. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming out watching the stream. I saw there was 2 of you guys. That's, I think, the most I've ever had for a streaming this series, which is, real positive. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. In the next episode, which I believe will be tomorrow, where I live currently, we're kind of experiencing extreme rain, like just sporadically between today, which is Thursday, and up until end of Sunday. So it's ultimately going to depend on, how the weather's looking outside, if I feel like I'm able to stream without my power going out. But anyway, nonetheless, I'll see you guys next time whenever I'm able to, which will be us going through weeks 1 through 8, potentially 9, with 9 being our bye week. We'll probably end up doing week 9. We just won't sim week.
Of course. Note
Uh,
SS on so I know when you're live.
I appreciate that, man. All right. Signing out now. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow, assuming Mother Nature allows me.